Right, here we are, hole 3. We're setting up for. So let's take a look first at what the wind angle is. A little bit of a tailwind, which is going to be pretty much just straight side on the approach. One thing that I like to do on this hole is I like to bring Berserker Ball. Gives me a little bit more range and will kind of ensure the flexible different options I can do on the second shot depending on my drive. So if I try to hit just a little bit riskier drive, try to go for a little bit more off the tee, I can set myself up a little bit more aggressive, maybe give myself a good chance to be able to make this one. Opponent here using pretty much all this shot clock, pretty unusual for a tee shot. Let's see where this goes. It's hard to know exactly what they're planning to do. Are they trying to go over? It looks like they are. Still weren't able to do so. So what you'll see I'll typically do, I'm probably going to switch my bag up here, myself just a little bit more range. If you have a Guardian, that may be a good thing for this hole. So I'm thinking somewhere maybe not quite 2 on the top spin. Right here, there's 5 rings. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 rings here. Ugh. So didn't want great ball out to the right. Let's just see how it plays out. Looks like it's okay. It clips the rough just a little bit more and does come out. You'll have to worry about how much topspin, because if you do get that second fairway bounce, you need to make sure that it still checks up on that fairway. Now it typically does, when you keep that spin down, it typically does take, a very good checkup bounce, because it's kind of an upslope that you land on. So more times than not, you'll see that it won't roll out. But you need to make sure that, foremost, you get it in the fairway. And when you keep things like Berserker, when you get to the second approach, you can see we're going to have a very angled side wind. And it's going to give you a little bit more range. A lot of times, with a Berserker, I can still reach the green if I get that drive. I may have just been just a little bit tentative and a little bit short with that tee shot. If I can get that tee shot about 10 yards farther down there, it's going to give me that much more of an angle and setup, but I think I'm going to be okay. And what I'll typically try to do here is just try to ease this up into the fairway. So I'm thinking, maybe I'm going to probably go pretty full here. There's 5 rings. This is actually a very tough shot to pull off. So there's 6 rings. You really got to be very close with your perfect ball here. And you'll see, I'm very close to max club. But even more important than perfect ball, you also have to be good with your ring adjustment. So there you can see maybe just a little bit light on my adjustment. And so it does clip into the rough. If I get that, as I mentioned, 10 extra yards off the tee, I would have been able to land a little bit more towards here, because I landed right about here. So you kind of got to play around with that spin, but you also can't put too much topspin, because when you try to, what I'm trying to do is clip it right here. If I hit right here, it'll roll through. If you don't have just a little bit, typically the lowest amount that you can go is maybe 0 spin and get it to stop. Otherwise, it'll end up rolling through into this back sand. So that's all I'm trying to do, is just put it into that open green. You'll also see that I don't try to get too aggressive. I wasn't trying to curl it. I was actually spinning it away. So you can see with my spin, I actually set it well to the right. I just wanted it somewhere in that open area. And you can see that I just wasn't quite able to do that. Now with a great ball right, it might have been up there perfect. So, it really just comes down to shot execution more so than anything. And, as I mentioned, if you don't get this today, no matter what, do not go through with your round. There's always going to be an opportunity for you to get it, and the best way for you to get this one is definitely going to be the Berserker Ball. So hopefully you guys are able to pull that off. Good luck, and if I get my perfect ball from here, I'll still make it. You can see that almost slips in just wide. So you really does need come down to that perfect ball timing. Hope you're able to get it, and good luck there, guys.